The specter of the Cold War continues to linger in the present geopolitical scene, particularly in the connection that exists between the United States of America and Russia. As the tensions continue to rise, an important issue arises. Is it possible for Russia to realistically challenge the dominance of the United States on the international military stage? The purpose of this video is to investigate the complexities of the military capabilities of both countries, focusing on the strengths and weaknesses that contribute to the formation of their distinct stances. Red Army's legacy. As the state that succeeded the Soviet Union, Russia assumes the responsibility of inheriting a tremendous military heritage. During the time of the Soviet Union, Russia was given the greatest nuclear arsenal in the world, which is a monument to the country's historical role as a military force. On the other hand, the most important question to ask is whether or not this legacy is properly translated into military strength in the present day. The military might of the Soviet Union was indisputable, as evidenced by the vast deployment of troops, the development of cutting-edge weaponry, and the strengthening of the industrial foundation. On the other hand, with the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, Russia was confronted with considerable difficulties in terms of maintaining and modernizing its military infrastructure. Military expenditures were put under strain, and efforts to keep up with technological breakthroughs were hampered as a result of the shift from a centrally planned economy to a market-oriented economy. Why modernization is important? The efforts that Russia is making to modernize its military are an essential component to consider when evaluating its capabilities. In spite of the fact that Russia maintains a considerable quantity of tanks, aircraft, and other military assets, there are concerns regarding the level of technological sophistication and readiness of these resources in comparison to their counterparts in the United States. With cutting-edge weaponry and sophisticated capabilities for warfare, the United States military continues to uphold its position as the technologically superior military in the world. The modernization of Russia's military, on the other hand, has been marked by a combination of triumphs and obstacles. In spite of the fact that great progress has been made in certain domains such as electronic warfare systems and missile technology, other fields have fallen behind due to funding constraints and inefficiencies in the bureaucracy. Capabilities that should not be ignored. Russia has proved strengths in vital areas that cannot be ignored despite the fact that there are concerns regarding modernization. What are some of these strengths? The Russian Federation has emerged as a prominent actor in cyber operations, with the ability to damage essential infrastructure and exert influence over information warfare. Particularly in non-kinetic confrontations where traditional military supremacy may be less relevant, the United States faces a formidable challenge in the shape of the country's skill in cyber capabilities. Nuclear deterrence. The nuclear weapons that Russia possesses continues to be a strong deterrent against potential prospective foes. A direct military confrontation is discouraged by the idea of mutually assured destruction, which ensures that any action directed toward Russia will result in devastating repercussions. As evidenced by its actions in Crimea, Syria, and other countries, Russia has demonstrated a willingness to strategically exercise its military strength. This desire has been expressed in the context of regional focus. The Russian government is attempting to expand its sphere of influence and offset the dominance of the United States in particular geopolitical theaters by taking advantage of regional instability and building partnerships with individuals who are favorable to its cause. The colossal American powerhouse. In spite of Russia's gains, the United States military continues to hold a significant advantage in a variety of areas, including spending that is superior. The United States of America routinely devotes a greater amount of resources to its military than any other nation, which enables it to maintain a significant technological advantage. The superiority of this financial position translates into cutting-edge weaponry, highly developed logistics networks, and an unrivaled military infrastructure. A projection of the world's power. Because of its extensive network of military bases located all over the world, the United States of America possesses capabilities that are unmatched when it comes to projecting power over large distances. Because of its global reach, the United States is able to swiftly react to newly emerging challenges and effectively exert its influence in a variety of regions. Training and previous experience. The military of the United States has a wealth of battle expertise which has been developed over the course of decades of interventions and conflicts. The United States Armed Forces are well prepared for a wide variety of potential scenarios thanks to the operational skills they possess and the intensive training programs they participate in. The X-word factors. There are a number of elements that confound the evaluation of Russia's capability to challenge the dominance of the United States, which goes beyond the standard measures of military force. The United States of America is able to reap the benefits of a powerful network of alliances, particularly through organizations such as the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. The United States military capabilities are improved as a result of these alliances, which also provide strategic leverage in international affairs. The ability of Russia to garner support from nations that are allies is, on the other hand, more restricted, which may limit its capacity to project power outside its immediate region of influence. Innovative technological developments. The battlefield is being reshaped as a result of technological advancements in areas like artificial intelligence, autonomous systems, and cyber capabilities. This is a significant factor in the importance of technological innovation in modern combat, because both Russia and the United States are attempting to achieve a strategic edge through the utilization of developing technologies. The competition for technological superiority creates both chances and problems for both aforementioned countries. From the midst of war, because of the unpredictability of the fight, there is an element of uncertainty that is introduced into the calculations of the military. Unanticipated occurrences, such as decisions made by leadership, movements in public opinion, or geopolitical crises, have the potential to drastically influence the path that a war takes and the outcome that it produces. The limits of brute force. Simply like economic power, political influence, and diplomatic capabilities, military force is simply one component of national power. Other components include diplomatic capabilities. It is necessary to have a comprehensive grasp of these interrelated aspects in order to evaluate Russia's capacity to challenge the military dominance of the United States. In terms of economic power, the United States of America holds a preeminent position in the international economy, exerting a substantial amount of influence over international commerce and banking. The use of economic sanctions and financial restrictions are powerful instruments of coercion that have the potential to restrict Russia's capacity to maintain extended military conflicts. The war on information. In an era that is characterized by information warfare and propaganda, narratives and perceptions play an essential part in the process of forming international relations. The ability of Russia to effectively utilize misinformation campaigns and information warfare strategies presents a challenge to the influence of the United States of America and weakens efforts to garner international support for American projects. What is the search for legitimacy? When it comes to evaluating the probable consequences of military clashes, international perception and legitimacy are two of the most important factors to take into mind. The manner in which the international community perceives the activities taken by either the United States or Russia in the context of a conflict scenario can have an impact on the diplomatic fallout, economic implications, and long-term strategic conclusions, a calculus of risk. In the end, the question of whether or not Russia is capable of challenging the military force of the United States goes beyond simple categorization. Because of the unpredictable nature of warfare itself, it is dependent on a complex interaction of circumstances, such as the capabilities of the military, the strategic aims, and the character of the conflict itself. Some important factors to consider are deterrence or escalation. Does Russia's nuclear weapons serve as a deterrent against the aggression of the United States, or does it create a dangerous climate of brinkmanship in which miscalculations could lead to disastrous outcomes? When it comes to the thresholds of conflict, what kinds of activities would cause either side to respond with a military response? What influence do geopolitical flashpoints and regional wars have on the larger strategic calculations that are being made? The price paid for war. The human cost of any prospective conflict is enormous, and its repercussions extend far beyond the confines of those who are fighting on the battlefield. Whatever the apparent outcome of the battle may be, would either side be willing to go through the damage that would result from a prolonged conflict? Preserving peace in a world. Even if it would appear unlikely that the United States and Russia will engage in a direct military confrontation, the threat of escalation continues to be a major cause for concern. In order to avoid a confrontation that could have disastrous consequences, both countries have a vested interest in avoiding it. They must traverse the complexities of international relations with caution and diplomacy. Considering that we live in a world that is characterized by unpredictability and instability, the pursuit of peace and stability has become an absolute necessity for the sake of global security and prosperity. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.